Hello everyone and welcome back to a gloomy day 33 it is. It's a bit rainy out there, but well, rain is good, it gives us water, and it also marks the end of another drought that, well, reduced our food supplies quite a bit, and I'm determined to get this one back up to former glory. And for that, well, first of all, I'm going to head now with another pasture, because I do like pastures. We have enough food, and let's get us another one then just here. Also, I would like to add a bit more structure to my village here by giving us another dirt road that is going to kind of like mark the local fish industry and water industry market, or well, border it away, you know, here with that road, so we can have then more houses there. And also we have this well here that I don't really like there anymore. I'm going to move it. We're going to have another well then rather over here somewhere in this area. We could have it, yeah, right, actually next to the tailor that we have there. So let's have a well here. I will need another road then in this corner, right? So there we have that road. That is going to work here then for more wells and more tailor shops in the future. And this one here we can get rid of, because here I would like to have more city buildings than in general, right? It's a bit claustrophobic there, and let's get rid of that. And then we could have, first of all, more cabins here, and that I would like to add. And also very important for logistics, a market, right? A market where people can actually get their resources from. It's taking in the whole side here into my city. And then we're going to have more buildings here, of course, because think of that, these buildings are going away then over time anyway. And now that I think about it, this might be a bit too close actually. Let's have the pasture a bit further over there, right? A bit further away, a bit further outside here. I think this makes a bit more sense if we have it up there, right? So we have more room than here for growth that we need. And I would also like to have a few more fields here. We could start with the first orchard. The orchard, they're taking a long time to really start producing anything, but once they're constantly producing, because, you know, they have trees that are just producing like walnuts, I think, and stuff like that, what we can get out of their apples. Let's have one orchard, and let's actually have another one right next to it. So just over there. Oh, there's some scrap there, right? Yes, there's scrap. My scrapyard here is working. The other one is working not anymore. Perfect. So let's have the scrap being reduced here. It's a bit far away, really, but it's going to be fine. We are totally capped on scrap almost anyway, and this is fine, right? They collect everything then in this area. Next trees are going down, but we need to prepare for the next big boost in our population, because it's imminent, or it's actually foreseeable, right? There we have the field then, and I'm probably going to have another field right next to that irrigation plant then over here that I hope I can build. There seems to be something in the way. Okay, there's more scrap. Oh, here in the forest there, more scrap piles that we need to get rid of first before I can expand my little farming industry in this area. Pasture number 2 is not going to have the chickens, but something else that we find out there. My water is fine, perfect. My raw materials are fine. So I would like to go ahead and do my next big building, a very important one. And that's the research station. We have everything for it. It's huge, and we're probably going to have it, yep, just here, where we can squeeze it in, right next to the expedition center. There's some cabins, and then we would have some more space here for a bit more industry or more shelters, whatever. And let's also have the dirt road then here, right? Always important for the structure in my head that we do have these roads everywhere, so I know where we can place more things. There we have another road then, and then this road goes out into this area, into the industry area, so we can still squeeze something more in here. And there we have the research center, also a road next to it, and then a road here, so we can already plan ahead the next steps that we want for expansion. Now, since we have a few building materials, I would also like to go ahead and upgrade my bus for the first time. So this is still the basic bus, right? It's still what we started out with, and we can now upgrade this one here to mounted buses. It's not that much better, but it's a good step towards the town hall. It does cost me a bit of wood and a bit of scrap, not that much, and let's get ahead and also upgrade that one. Perfect. So lots of construction, only one builder, right? That's not going to happen so quickly. Every new settler that becomes adult now is going to go into the builder area though, right? Because I just will need all of them. I was also scouting. There we have now the reports. So there we have a doctor's office ruin over here that I could have an expedition now to. This will probably have some medicine and stuff like that from the looks of it, right? Here's a building with a weird sign on the front facade. It's not exactly in the best shape. So this was an old office one. We could configure it. I think we could actually go for that. I do need to decide what kind of settlers I want. Each one of them has special traits. This one here has the settler badge that we do need here, for example. It also has some good education. We do need still one with the pubkeeper badge and the explorer badge. I think the explorer badge we don't have, right? We don't have any badges at all, so these are probably coming from... Are they coming from education, perhaps? But let's assign some 3 settlers to that. They're young. Yeah, we don't have all the badges, but still, it's fine. Tools, metal tools, and we're going to go with a few rations there. Let's make it 8. Let's make it 10 action points. So the more rations we take, more action points we have then for the expedition. And for tools, I'm going with the metal tools here to also finish this one. Start the expedition. It's going to take a while because the expedition needs those resources, right? We do need the rations still that we need to produce, and we still need some tools there as well. We've also finished a second school just down here, so another teacher is possible. Perfect. So we have now 2 schools, so that means up to 20 children are getting some proper education. And there's more citizens coming on, so all of them are going to be builders for now. As we can see, already 8 of 30 rations are being gathered here, and metal tools, we have all of them, or all of the metal tools that we need. So still a few rations, and that's it. And then this expedition can actually take off and get us some proper rewards there. 3 more, let's assign them right away. Our settlers ought to be exposed to as little radiation as possible. We have some radiation levels increasing here. It's still only minor though. And we have enough protection really. No idea why this one pops up. The remaining ones are just going to replace existing jobs already, or take where someone died, right? So they can take that. Like here, this tailor there, refiner, let's put another one in there. And that's really it. We could also boost our radiation protection a bit. Let's actually not have activated carbon mask anymore, but the radiation suit to protect settlers against high-level radiation. It needs 4 cloth though, 4 coal and 2 plastic. So 2 of them are producing that now, and 2 of them are producing the activated carbon masks. We have a quest here that we need to solve there as well. So radiation suits produced, metal tools produced, and then decoration building type. We need 2 more in order to finish that as well. So some decorations there, like a torch that adds some lighting there to the area. We might have some hatches right here. So where we start with the industry sector, we might actually have some, yeah, some decoration here, right? That kind of like acts as a border between the 2 areas. So there are some hatches there. It cost me a bit of wood, actually quite a lot of wood. Flag for decoration we would have, wind chimes, and street lamps. Street lamps, that's not bad. Let's add a street lamp there. And we could actually also have a street lamp here in the center. Why not? Yeah, the research station is still taking its time. Lots of resources we need here. We have 5 builders at the moment working on that. But this project is going to take... Ah, there's the resources now coming in. Perfect. And then we can finally start on some researching. Also, the next pasture is finished, so we do now have the wild boar here. I would like to choose this type. Wild boar it is. Going up to 7 we can have before we need to slaughter them. And need some water, of course. And I think we need more herders. Yep, let's have 2 more herders then working on that. Perfect. And 1 more we can add to fishery, because I think my food is going down. It is going down. There we have the orchard. Let's choose something. We can only choose the pecan for now. Can be harvested, right? We would have apples, cherries, peaches later on. But for now, we can only go with this one here. So that's another farmer that we need here. Actually, we do need lots of farmers there in order to properly produce something. Oh, come on. Once again, we have this food problem there. Lots of children. Once again, I might be thinking about some population control there. And we do have some quests here. One is an epic one. Hey Chief, we just picked up a radio message. There are survivors from another Endzone who are looking for a new home. They'll think about joining us if we can meet their high demands for housing, protective clothing and rations. We really could use additional workforce. No, we can't. We're full. This is a quest here. We would get 21 settlers if we fulfill those demands here. That are not actually, well, very difficult. We're already producing that, right? So it's only production here. So we will fulfill that quest here and get these settlers. Let's definitely, I think definitely have population control now in effect once again. Birth control. Right, we do have enough children anyway. We have another quest here as well, Brighter Future. I still need to produce here some radiation to the metal tools. We are doing that already. That's fine. And those decorations are finished now too. Some hedges there and some more street lamps that we can have out here or in here. And very good, the research station has been finished. I will need to assign now someone to that. So researcher, that we have it. Let's actually make 4 of that because they're starting now to produce us some knowledge points, right? So I do need to have as many researchers in there as possible. Without knowledge points, we cannot research. So that's piling up now in the background. No research for now. And the remaining people, I'm going to add now scrap collector 1 and a farmer. Water carrier, even though we do have enough there. And fishers. We're losing a lot of people there all the time. Is that right? Yes, there's 7 people now in the grave here. Let's also continue a bit with the expansions. So I would like to have a few more shelters now here, or not shelters, but cabins. We can upgrade them later to proper houses, but for now we reserve the space for them. So here are a few. I would definitely like to have then the market in this area somewhere. So we do need to make sure that we have enough space. I'm going ahead here with those cabins then, like so, and here, and here. Perfect. That's another block of houses coming up, and then probably also more shelters. Even though we already have 2 shelters now. That should be fine. One is only for the old. So this one is full already, 25. And this one is for everyone. Also full. So we definitely do need those houses there. And 4 builders are working on that. Perfect. Holy cow, radiation levels are increasing there right now. As we can see, medium now throughout the village. That means that, yeah, the health levels are going down and medication is totally out because everyone wanted some medication here from my medical facility. Problem is, the Herbalist 4 are working already, but not fast enough, it seems, for all of what we need. I might be thinking about a second herbal hut, unfortunately, that we need in order to tackle this problem. Let's have one on the other side of the village, so we have then 2. Both of them are equally close to the medical station. Something that we should have, so there we have another one. Yeah, but it's looking not so great here. And then we should also think about the decontamination post that we had, right? So that was already recommended to us that we should have. There we have it. Post produces decontamination kits and supplies them to the appropriate buildings. They are used to free stored resources from contamination. So this building here. Let's have it, yeah, in this corner there. We have a bit of space. Perfect. Right in there. And this should also help us with the problem a bit. One thing that we could also do is remove radiation manually. So we could also decide on that. And then we could manually reduce or get rid of the radiation like so. Right? It's very inefficient to do it like that. But it is working. It could help us a bit there, and also in the industry sector. So everyone basically who has some time now will remove radiation manually. These shelters here, how's it looking? Are coming together, right? So there's only 2 more missing, and then I'm going to also open up the space or the time of these remaining 4 builders that we have. There's one more shelter, and then it's this one. And that should be the end of it. And while that is happening, something else, the expedition has started. And we can have a look at that.
It's a pretty rundown building. The roof has partially collapsed. Although the sign in front looks like the one we had on the doors in the medical ward back in the Endzone. Could be worth taking a look inside.
All right, let's take a look. Surrounding or a way to get in. Let's have a look at the surrounding first. I'm not sure we find anything here. So the front yard and the backyard, each one of them consumes me 1 action point, by the way. Let's have a look at the front. Some 22 scraps. And in the backyard, look what we found. Looks like a hatch to the basement. All right, so there is something in there. And there's a shelf down there. Let's have a look at that. 22 liquor, hard liquor. Stroke of luck. And the distillery. Very bad chance we lost the settler there because, well, we weren't properly equipped for the distillery. So we can go back outside now and have a look at the way in. Let's just have a look. Front door. We jammed in, and there are 2 rooms in here. Let's have a look. Record room or treatment room. Some meds in there and iodine pills. We need that right now. Oh, very good. And the records room. Another settler badge. The medic badge we got out of that. Perfect. This will help for the future. Then we have the roof. Nope, we finished that too. So in the surroundings, we would still have now the distillery, but that's it, right? So let's go back, loot and return. That's pretty much it. So we got the scrap here. We got the medicine, the iodine pills, rations still left over, and the hard liquor. And we're 44% full, but that's it. Loot and return. So they're coming back home again. At least with the medicine, that was a bit of a success there. Yep. Very good. Now, about the homeless problem, 1 more cabin, please. And then all of them can continue working on decontamination here. Boy, that is needed. And as we can see here, it's already working. They're doing that. Perfect. And the last cabin there is finished as well. So 8 settlers are working now on decontamination. And that's really wonderful. We also finished a task here, a bright future. This boosts the confidence of my people there a bit. And yeah, there's this quest that is coming now close as well. We get 21 settlers, which is actually not that bad because we are dropping right now also with the population control, as we also clear more and more of the radiation, as we can see. Looking better, so health levels should stabilize, and the same goes for my medication levels. And amazing, Chief, we've managed to meet all their demands and they're on their way to our settlement. That's a few more people coming in, and we ought to make some space there as well. 28 homeless. That means, yes, another shelter is heavily needed. So let's have one here, right next to the cabins then. Then I'm going to need for those people now coming in. Do I have some builders there? Yes, we have lots of people now that I can assign to different tasks. And we should be doing that. So a few more farmers here. That's, of course, a lot of mouths to feed as well. Refiner. Oh, we have jobs for everyone that basically wants to get here. Decontaminator is not built yet. Let's focus on building stuff first. Water is fine. Food is not so fine. I would like to have another hunter. Right, we have one over there. And then I might also have one here for this area. And probably a second hunter for the upper area here as well. So let's add a hunter to the end of my industry sector. Alright, and just as we kind of like stabilized, another big problem is coming up. We got the first epidemic. Bury dead settlers and take care of medical care. So we have an epidemic here in these houses. People there are probably going to die if they don't get medical treatment quick enough. We have a few medicines. As we can see, 22 out of 50 places of the visiting are right now reserved in the medical facility. Lots of people are going to the medical now. We don't have enough medication, unfortunately, even though we have already now 7 herbalists working. It's still not enough. At the same time, the levels of radiation are reaching critical levels down here. So it's red, where we have the lake, and it's actually increasing. I think we have some heavy polluted rain at the moment that is flooding my village, and yeah, making all the efforts that I had for Nord again that we were cleaning up already. We have finished the decontamination post over there, so I might add some people to that now that we have a decontaminator. They're going to consume some coal there and some water, and they're making these kits out of that, and these kits we can then use, for example, here now in these buildings here to decontaminate them, and we should be doing that, right? So everything that is highlighted there. Might also be a good idea to use it then on the industry sector, but for now, in this here, very important that the storeroom is being here used as well for that, because there we have everything stored, and those resources should not be contaminated too much. Boy, that epidemic sure is taking a hit here right now on us. Everyone is infected now. The medical facility is piling up. We don't have enough medication. We're producing some medicine here, but as we can see, it's being consumed right away. Holy cow. Bit of a problem. Let's use the remaining builders here on something useful. Herbalist, one more. I've also finished the next hunting hut up here that we can use now. So hunting stuff, there we have it. Some more food, and it's hunt only. And then we have another hunting lodge in this area. Let's just see. There we have some animals roaming around. So they're also going to hunt only to tackle a bit the food problem. This game is a constant struggle. Once we solve one crisis, another one pops up again. The shelter has been finished at least, so there's a bit of a housing reduction again. Perfect, even though we lose some people there right now. And this, of course, is easing the housing problem. Yeah, and the epidemic. That's something right now. And we're losing a lot of people. How's the cemetery looking? 23 graves are already now being used in my cemetery. Hopefully it's not getting more here. Stay tuned.